Hey. How's it going? Once again, this is Okusenman. Today I thought I'd try a little bit something different. See, one of my PS4 controllers is no longer working. The little charge port no longer works. So I thought, you know what? Why not? Let's see if we can fix this on stream. Hey, Ocean Man, how's it going? Thanks for dropping by. Now, this all brand new setup. Probably ain't gonna look too good. I might got myself like a camera for this, but you know, first time using it, so it's gonna be a learning experience for everybody, I suppose. Let's see. There you guys. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let me change up a little bit. Down. Yeah, it's too much. Let's go. Let's just keep what we got going on. Thanks. Alright. How's the image looking? Is it alright? A little bit hard to tell on my end, but I think it's a bit blurry. But that's mostly because of the webcam. So yeah, this is my PS4 controller. This is the one I've used for a long time, and recently, whenever I plug it in, it just doesn't charge in. I don't think it's a battery issue. Even when I plug it in, nothing happens. It has to be because of this. Unfortunately, the PS4 controller is actually a pretty good controller, but for some reason, when it came to that one little port right there, this one, Sony just kind of cheaped out on it. A little bit blurry. Yeah, not sure I can fix it. I think it's mostly cameras, you know, put on a distance choke the whole face, but yeah, you know, you pay what you get what you pay for. Put that aside for right now. This is my tool. This is basically the tools I'm gonna use. I'm not sponsored at all, so don't think so. But this is an iFixit toolkit. I think it's like their $40 one. Screwdriver, a little extender for it, and all these different heads. I mostly bought this because I actually had to open up my PS4 to clean all the dust from it, so it doesn't sound like a jet engine anymore. And I had to open it again because I never bothered checking the thermal paste on it. But for the most part, it's just gonna be regular screwdriver heads, which you're gonna need to open this thing. What we're gonna be doing is actually going to be, what I'm gonna be doing actually is, get over here. Basically, placing this piece. Get back in there. Also, the lid for this is pretty good segmented, so you can always put, you know, the screws in there. It's very important too when you're like working on stuff like this. Keep all your screws on one location, especially in groups. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have opened stuff up. Hey Sam, how's it going? Glad to see you drop by. So I don't know about you, but you know, like I was saying, I had a couple of times where like I've just been messing with screws to put things up, and next, you know, they either get mixed with each other or they just kind of fall off, land in the rug, and that's it. They're gone forever. So like a month later, when you step on it. Well, yes, normally that would be the way, Ocean Man. The problem is I would actually like to close it back up as well, so I can use it again. Have to hear it opening, a crack. Oh yeah, the other thing we're gonna fix is I basically never done this before, but I've actually wore out the sticks. There's like no rubber silicone on it. They just literally all rubbed off from too much gaming action. So I'm gonna replace those as well. Most of these items I actually bought off Amazon. The little controller sticks are easy to find. The one that's hard to find though is the actual charging port, because you actually have to. Oh, there it goes. You actually have to know what model you're working with the controller, otherwise you will could get the wrong one. Sam, is it seriously 4 AM where you're at? You're crazy. Alright. So there's the piece we want to fix. Sam, look at that. It just came completely off. With that. Yeah, it came right off. It's supposed to go in, it'll tab into this right there. The other thing you have to be careful of is one of the triggers always comes off. We come off, but you have to worry about is this little spring. This is literally the spring that makes it go back up when you push it down. So you definitely do not want to lose that. Let's put it over here for now. The other little thing you gotta watch out for is this thing right here. This is the button you use to reset the. It's like a little silica. It's like a little rubber pad, real soft. It's what you use to push the button that resets the controller. What kind of pizza you having there, Sam? This is here, and this is the whole battery. So if for some reason the fix I plug in doesn't work, or it does work, plugs in but it doesn't charge, just gotta buy another one of these and switch it up. Now we're gonna go ahead and fix the things in replace these ones, because you basically tear out all this. I've done this before one of my other controllers. The Italian national kind. So it just cheats pizza. See, I don't see any screws. If they are, they're under the plate, so it doesn't matter. So these are kind of like snapped on. You can just go ahead and take this, carefully try to snap it off. There it goes. Nothing broken, that's good. And what you want to do is, let's see, because I think this lift this up, a little tab out. There you go. That way when you pull this out, you don't accidentally rip this. I think this is the lighting for the we'll find out when we pull it out. Now what we got here is, I think you got one screw here, and I think that's what's holding everything down. Oh yeah, it's a lot of beeps and boops and a lot of things to keep track of, but I don't know, like, I find it kind of like satisfying, a little bit relaxing, just working on your own stuff. Let's put this screw over here so we know where it's at. Okay, I got my screw separated. You want to keep that, you want to do that whenever you're opening stuff up. Let's see what we got. There you go. Yeah, this is the main motherboard. Look, we just pop these off. Don't need them anymore. Interesting thing. This is what most joysticks end up looking, even on different from different consoles. Sometimes you can actually have to replace these. It takes a little bit more effort because you actually have to solder these. These are soldered on. Back here, you have to solder them off yourself. You don't know how to do that yet? I never actually bothered, so you know. Well, let's see. Yeah, so here I bought some. I actually just wanted all the just the black ones, but they're like, yeah, we'll throw in some green ones too, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm never gonna use those. There is a little indentation, so it has to go in a certain way. So, oop, come on, get in there. There you go. That's one. Yeah, I understand they're all based on the similar concept, but you know how companies can be. They're like, oh no, this is our design. This is ours, so you have to get our, our stuff if something ever happens. Oh, I'm always a little bit surprised when it's like, oh, there's some uniformity actually going on here. Uniformity. I can say words. So yeah, that job's done. That's pretty easy. Oh, yep. Back out. There you go. We just have to put in the one screw back where it goes. I don't know if you guys ever tried, but you should guys definitely try giving your like fixing your own stuff, and sometimes it might be a little bit education. Also, it's cheaper. Don't have to buy a whole brand new. You may not have to buy a whole new controller. Just buy like a $4 or $13 piece instead of like a $60 controller. That's good. Plug this in back. Gotta lift up. That's the lock. Tug, it's good. All right. So that's that. But yeah, look at this. I found this interesting. You got the rumble. These is what causes the rumble. One's actually heavier. They spin. Then you got one that's way smaller. Never actually noticed that when like I never would have just guessed that myself while spinning. The little trigger buttons, all that stuff. I like to just take a look. I'm not sure about you guys, curious about to see how like everything kind of works, all the little inner workings of stuff. It's a little bit dirty. We can take care of that a bit later. But so this is the piece I want to get to. That's the entire charging mechanism. We are going to have to remove this, and this is basically the entire lighting system for the back of the controller for the this is an earlier generation. Basically all that. Oh, look at that, this fell out. Can't lose that. Let me just take this out. Right, so those are the pieces, so you need to put them back in order. Let's see. Now you have to kind of peel it off. So it is, yeah, there you go. It's a little bit glued on, but they can just be pushed back in. They're still sticky. It's just there to protect this piece. Out. Got these tiny screws. Again, don't mix your screws together because you don't want to lose track. Some people actually either take pictures or actually try to draw they'll have like a drywares board, and they'll draw a little grid and then just label them and then just start putting screws there. Let's see. out and it's taped on there. And I don't need that tape, it can just stay on there. This is basically the entire unit that supplies power to the PS4 controller. Well, this is how we use to charge it, connect to the computer, and all that stuff. This particular, let me see if I can get it right. I know it's a little bit blurry, but basically this entire housing right here, where you actually plug it in, is unfortunately like the worst part. It kind of degrades and becomes loose real fast. But a lot of controllers, if you're using it for PC, you'll notice that you'll get a lot of things going like connecting, disconnecting, connecting, disconnecting. It's because this just gives out real fast. I need to keep that there because get the new one. Yeah, this is the new one. The only problem is, like I said, I've done this before with one other controller, is you kind of have to remake this little pattern they made here when they folded it so it can fit in and connect to the board. Just kind of have to do your best with that one. And it's okay to fold it, they're meant to. Let's see. Probably the most aggravating part of it. Yeah. I probably could if I was smarter, man, and thought ahead. Feel like you're the kind of person that wouldn't run into that issue, Okusenman. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's see. See if we can just get this in there for now. Come on. Not quite in there. Let's see, what are you stuck on? Okay, I think it's the actual just... a little bit tricky because it has to go in a certain way, otherwise it just will not go in. I think I got it. I think I see one of the pegs is not lining up. It looks like it should be flipped, but if you put it down like this, this little tab actually will not fit in here because it's actually recessed down here. I think my main problem is one of the little pinholes is not aligning correctly. I can't push it down all the way. Let's see. Yep, that's what it is. It's like this little tab isn't getting in my way. But that's part of the fun, I suppose, you know, trial and error. Man, you learn you can only dummy proof something so much. Eventually, nature makes a better dummy. See, it's almost in there. So you can try and get in from that side. Let me check something real quick. See if I can fit the old one back in real easy, or if it's just me. Let's see. Maybe something that's not kind of going in. Okay, so that one went in just fine. These. For the most part, they look like they should be just fine. Evolution's a weird thing. Evolution is just basically change, not always for the better. Interesting. Alright. Weird. So this one little tab, I guess this one is just shaped differently enough that this tab's getting in the way. I think I might do is actually just snap it off, because it's just there to hold it in place. It's not actually integral to anything. Because the other one fits it in just fine, and the screws are just going to hold it in place anyways. So, normally I wouldn't condone such things, but when it's not working just right. Hold on, let me take a look real quick just to see what's going on here. Yep. So everything else lines up except for that one little tab for some reason. Yeah, I know it's not focusing. It's like I said, it's something I'm trying out. It's all a learning process. I might have to get a better camera with better focusing So let's take it. It's gonna have to be this tab right here. Let me see. What do I have? What do I have in my good old-fashioned nail cutter? There he goes. And there you go. Fits in perfectly. Screws in there. Lost one. Alright, let's see. I want to do it too tightly because you don't want to actually. You can accidentally break the little board if you over tighten too much. Okay. There you go, it's in. And you can actually see it. It's not going to be 100% flush, so the other one wasn't. You can just see it in there. There you go. Ran it. It's in. Now we get to do everything backwards. This is This is the cover for light. You want to actually put the size that's recessed, facing out. Goes. Come on. There it goes. Yeah. I'm gonna put this piece back over it. That'll cover this back up. Press these down on these so the sticky side starts sticking back to the controller. And then we'll want this. Slide it down. This is what holds everything back down. And then a secondary piece to hold everything back. There you go. And just screw them back in. I mean, from my understanding, deadbeats are just nothing but walking skeletons. What else is there left to do at that point? Well, I suppose holy damage is super effective. Blunt weaponry, but eh. There you go. And everything's nice and tight. Ooh, look at that. Just check it out. Probably can't see it, lighting and issues, but there's some little gold foilings here at the edge. You might see them. Oh, try and get there to camera. It's a little bit hard to see. See a little bit of gold. They're actually little golden strips. This one's the edge is already like fraying off. Part demon, part holy doesn't like the undead. It's hard to tell. Let's see. Now we gotta take this little ribbon, plug it into this. Let's see. This one has silver linings, but I think you want them facing outward. A little bit hard to tell because it was already off on my side, so actually looking in, it seems there are the connectors are on this side here. That's why it was folded like this, because they have to like turn this all the way around. Right in there. This is actually one of the little harder parts. It's just trying to get this to fit in there, but it slides right in. Come on. Okay, there you go. It's in. And before we can close it back up, arguably the hardest part is these dang things. They like to fall off. And most importantly, these stupid little things like to fall off. Oh, come back here. This spring itself, let me see if I do it back here. Is important because otherwise this trigger doesn't work. It's what pushes it back up. Let's see, where did it go? The housing for it is. Okay. Oh, this is falling off. There you go. It's hard to tell. There's like a thin little line right here on the alongside this right here. It's supposed to fit in like that. See, it's a little bit hard to see. You can see it right there. If I right there. That's what. Yep. What you do is you push it down. It'll hit the wall, and then it'll push back. It'll push the spring back up. Up, and there it goes. And it's housed inside the actual thing. So when you put it in, it actually has to go in like this. Problem is, you know, there's nothing really keeping it in there, so you have to like hold it in and push this in there. Hope it catches. Test it out. Going up on its own, perfect. And you get to do that all over again. The other one. On now. Oh, wait, I have it backwards. There you go. I don't know why, but this side always costs me a little bit more trouble than the other one. Ugh. Gotta be careful putting this in. If you push against this too much, it'll just slip off. You can just, you know, grab it and push it back down, but it's a really flexible rubber, so it comes off easily, but it can go back on just as easy. Come on, work with me. Okay. Okay, it's in. The only problem is like this side catches, this side's a bit too loose, so it doesn't actually like conk in, so it can come back out pretty easily if you're not careful. Close it back up. There you go. Hey, perfect. Usually I have a bit of a hell of a time trying to close this back up. Now, before we screw everything in, let's test it and see what happens. You know what? You know what? I forgot some things. Probably gonna need the battery. Probably gonna need that. But I ain't no brains scientist, so you know, I could be wrong. Get this baby open back again, because once it closes, it likes being closed, which arguably is actually pretty good, you know, good feature to have, unless you're trying to actually fix it. Okay, that thing's still in there. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was afraid that was gonna happen. Take a look at this. Yep, that thing went flying. Who knows where it went? Anyway, this thing just snaps on. You can see the little tabs are basically on the sides. And there's little holes here for it to go into, so just go in, done. Battery, plug it back in, it just fits in only one way. And it just sits on there. Just gonna put all the trash here. I'll try to recycle that, if not just throw it out. Alright. Let's not forget this piece again. It's just what actually works the reset button. If you lose it, at worst, you're just gonna need like a really long thin piece to actually just plug into the back of the hole to reach the actual button. But for me right now, the worst problem, my worst nightmare has occurred, and that is I've actually the little spring that when I took it off. Oh, thank God, there it is. Has hidden himself. I thought I lost it. It somehow managed to cram itself in there. Also, these are magnetized. That's amazing. Didn't realize that. I guess all the others. I guess this is just light enough to stick to it. Who does the Ian curse affect? Anybody that has a chance of speaking English. This came off again. Just slide it back on. And tab it back on. Let's fold it in. Oh. Goes up and down its own. Again, this side actually doesn't catch. It's a bit too loose. So let's go ahead and try and put these back in. Come on. Oh, it's stuck on the actual trigger here. Come on, there you go. Hey, there it goes. Oh yeah, I know. The problem is I use mostly this for a lot of electrical equipment. Well, not electrical, but computer equipment is like the tools I use. It can be helpful, but for the most part, you don't really want magnets working with your computer insides. Let's see, I have 4 screws left, and I got 4 empty holes. And, oh, what's this? Looks like the little ribbon is actually covering up the screws over here, but before we open that up, let me try giving this a test. Not getting anything. If it was working, this would light back up. What's happening? Let's pry this open again and see what happens. Come on. Yep, there you go. The ribbon's just completely blocking that. But let's see. Try it the other way. Plug it in. See if we get anything out of this. Not getting anything. Oh, well. Come on, get out of there. Plugged in here. The wire's not covering anything. Gotta put these triggers back on. God knows they don't like to stay on. Which part are you talking about? Talking about this part here? Yeah. Come on. There. Oh. Ideally, the only thing that's actually connecting the two halves is just the one ribbon. Because this is actually supplies all the power. Nothing really lights up on this. Nothing lights up on this end. I believe the light is actually. Where was the light for this thing? Things on this end over here somewhere. Let's see. It's in. Sure, this is all the way in. You back in. As fun as that is. Again, it just has to go here with the guiding line. Just snap it in. This one's way more behaved because unlike this one, both sides actually snap in. So if I move it, I can test it. If this one I move, the other side just tries to jump out. I bent the cable so it's out of the way because you don't want these holes being covered up. One of them is a screw and the other one's for the reset. And if you screw through that, you're basically just breaking the entire charging connection. Yo. Wait. Thought I heard something. Oh. You guys still hear me? I think my camera froze. Hold on. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Dang. Alright, let's take a look here what we got going on. Let me just switch to the other screen. I can't find my mouse. Alright, give me a second. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh, neat. I'll then plug back in. Hey, just give me a second. See if I can. So I think as long as it's plugged out. Da 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 da. Da. Plug you back in. Hey, working again. Yeah, OBS is kind of funny like that. Like if it stops working, you actually have to exit out of that frame, unplug everything, plug it back in, and go back in. Anyway, plugging this in. Interesting. If I plug this in, the camera stops working. I like this feature. I like it a lot. Nope. Stop that. There you go. Oh. Interesting. It seems plugging that in crashes the entire serial bus. I can't even move my mouse. Gotta give it a second. I'm to life. Ba 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 ba. Yeah. Force disconnects my webcam and force disconnect my mouse. Well, it's not even moving anymore. Nope. There you go. Nope. This is the most of Scuff's streams. And it's great for testing. I appreciate that though. So who knows? More valuable information for future, right? Come on. Work with me. So many. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to go under. Give me a second, folks. Ba, ba, ba. These are working. That's not working. Ooh, boy, oh boy. Ah. This is an interesting issue I've never had before. Not that. Ba da ba ba da da. Something happened there. Ooh, boy. Oh, yeah, okay. So from what I can tell, that somehow managed to completely crash my serial bus. So nothing is working. Except for the headphones somehow. And I assume you guys can still hear me. Keyboard's still working perfectly. Interesting. But my mouse, dead. Dead on the water. Oh, the fun of having a computer. So I knows my computer's still, I mean my keyboard is, but let me switch this to a different hole. No, my headphone's actually wireless. And it has a Bluetooth. It's on the same serial bus as the stuff on front, which is the weird part. What? That's not an actual port. Try that one last time. Nope, looks like the webcam's gone for now. What is that? Ooh, all sorts of things. Let me unplug it for a little bit and see if that gives it some time to pull itself down. Oh, excuse me. Yep, seems like the actual webcam itself is not working. That's fine. Well, anyway, from what I could tell, let me just unplug this real quick. Doesn't seem, unfortunately, like it worked. But I'm pretty sure we all had a nice little fun. You guys got to see how this would have worked, what the inside of a PS4 controller would look like. Yeah. Oh yeah, computer problems can be so interesting. But I'm pretty sure for like most things, a nice reset will do it just some fine, right? Yep, I guess I'll just call it here. For the most part, you guys got to see what the inside of it was. I got to test out some stuff. Fortunately, it didn't work, so I guess this controller is kaput. which is sad. I've had it for like a long time, and it's the one I've used basically play all my games on. So it's kind of sad that I can't use it anymore. Hell, if you saw the little silver stuff, I even bought like the little decals for it. Oh well. Thanks for joining me on this interesting little experiment of mine. Who knows if I might try something else like this again. I don't know, something else breaks down. I might try to fix it. Try not to plug it into the computer itself, though. You know, stop that from happening again. Maybe. I believe the other one I changed also had like silver platings instead of gold ones. And that one still works just fine. And thanks for dropping by, and thanks for like indulging me on this. I might try it again. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll look into other webcams. I think this was just mostly just, you know, just show off your face at a distance. Might have to spend more money to get one that can actually, you know, zoom in and focus and stuff like that. But if I find something else that needs fixing, hey, I'll go ahead and let you guys know. In the meantime, I think, what's today? Wednesday? I think I will be streaming more near tomorrow. Probably around maybe 8 or 9. I don't know. I gotta check your schedule if I'm doing anything. This Saturday I won't be streaming though. My friend needs help again one more time, so I will be off to go help him instead. If I do decide to stream, I may do it later in the night as opposed to you know, like 3 to 5 midday like I usually do. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, thanks for dropping by. If you like what you see, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that, and share your friends, all that good stuff YouTube cares about. And until next time, bye bye.